But I've made myself clear. Like, you've known me, and I think you've known me for a while. I can be quite curt.
Yeah.
You know, I can be quite direct.
Definitely.
Very direct. Mad.
Boom bammers. Like, this is it. Like, I'm gonna come to you like my sister, and me and my sister, we will fight. Like, we will literally grapple, hug it out, everyone take home food, and then I'll call you in the morning, right?
That's it.
But there's no actual violence going
No
on.
violence,
No to violence.
We're all saying
friends,
no to
family,
violence.
Disclaimer.
friends.
Hi, and welcome to W Lounge Podcast, where we talk about everything current and pressing of the times, from relationships to community to well-being. I'm Chrissy.
I'm Serena.
I'm Brie.
So, welcome, guys.
Hi.
Yes. So, ladies.
Hi.
We're going to get in it. We're going to get right
As
to
always.
it. Yeah?
Yes.
Straight up.
Yes.
Is it possible to be friends with someone who committed a serious crime?
Jesus Christ.
Brie, what do you think?
Thanks. Do you know what? That threw me, you know. I don't think so. Not good friends. Do you mean as in, are they in prison right now?
As in manslaughter charges?
Yeah, we're not
self-defense.
friends.
Self-defense.
So I'm
Friend of 10 years. Class them as a good friend.
yeah, I mean, are they in prison though?
They're in jail.
They're in jail.
They're not even in jail. They're in prison. You're right. You said
They're
the right
in
one.
jail. Right.
Her
they're in
Majesty's prison.
His Majesty's
Yes.
prison.
Yeah, yes now.
Right. Interesting. Do you know, I wouldn't really like to judge anybody. Generally speaking, I wouldn't. Like, you know, everybody makes mistakes, and unfortunately, maybe in that situation, it could be manslaughter. It might not be. Who knows? But their story is manslaughter.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, they're convicted of manslaughter.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know what? I would have to really know the person prior to this situation having happened.
Okay.
10 years doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay.
Yeah. When it comes to friendships, we could be friends for 20 years. I might not really know you that well.
Okay.
So if 10 years and it's been intense and I know every single thing about you, I know where all your beauty spots might be in your body, then I would be able to, I think, have a relationship with you, whether you're in prison or not.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think that they would probably need me, if that makes sense, like somebody that they can call home and vice versa. Doesn't matter where we are. They could be abroad, do you know what I'm saying? But again, if it's 10 years, don't really know you that well, or we're friends, but it doesn't matter to me. It's not really, it's just a number at the end of the day.
So would you keep him as a friend?
Yeah, I'd keep. Yeah, for me, I don't really use the word friendships or friends lightly.
Good.
And if I classify you as my friend and not associate or an acquaintance, then the likelihood is that I've known you, but intensely known you long enough. It could be 5 months, it could be 5 years, but I feel like I trust you enough. Okay. And so, that's the type of friendship I would have, whether you were convicted of whatever or not, because I'd believe you more than anything.
Lovely. So you would stick by that?
I'd stick by the person. Fantastic. I also do believe in people making mistakes.
Yeah.
You don't really know why somebody's done something, and I'm always someone that likes to search deep and find out why someone's done something, instead of just casting a judgment straight away. Because I've done stuff that people might be thinking, right, like, why would you do that? You know, but then I had probably a valid reason at the time, or perhaps I really didn't know myself that well, and I've just made that mistake. So I wouldn't want that kind of judgment.
I like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't judge anybody on that, basically. Yeah. That's just me.
No, I agree with a lot of the points that Brie has made. Even from a perspective of being Christian, I wouldn't judge someone. I try not to be judgmental, especially if I consider them a friend. So it wouldn't be in line with my religious beliefs anyway to be judgmental. So I would, I would keep them as a friend, and I would visit them in jail. And the judgment for me has already been, it's been done. They're in jail. Judgment has already been placed. So who am I to judge further?
Okay, so I think as you've gathered, the theme today will be around friendship.
Yes.
Yes. And we'll be exploring what friendship is, what it means. For me, I've kind of taken a different approach to it. I think ladies know me by now. I kind of just don't keep it, ordinary. I like to be a little extraordinary. So I've gone down the philosophy route, and our theme is gonna be centered around Aristotle, because I loved what he did with this whole friendship situation. Okay, so he describes friendship as reciprocated goodwill.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
that's fair.
Cool. So is that something you're conscious of? So just being good, like innately
absolutely.
Yeah.
And for me, that, like I was saying before,
yourself, like you're a good person. You describe yourself as a good person.
Absolutely, and that's why I feel it's so important that my friends emulate that. And if you don't emulate, you're not a friend. You're just an associate at this point, And I'm fortunate enough that I think I've had enough years of experience of having like best friends and whatever you want to call it, and I can now establish when you're really a close friend and when you're actually not.
Fantastic.
Doesn't matter how many years.
He does explore that. So he says, the source of that goodwill will set you apart from a perfect friendship. Okay. And from two imperfect forms of friendship. Okay.
Right.
Okay. You everyone's following.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay. So with true friendship.
Absolutely.
With true friendship. Okay.
Yeah.
Friends love each other for their own sake. And they wish good things for each other.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a true friendship.
100%.
Yeah? Lovely. Now, this kind of friendship, says Aristotle, is only possible between good people, similar in virtue.
100.
Because only good people are capable of loving another person for that person's own sake.
100%. Preach. Okay?
So, B, this goes back to what you were saying about you don't use that word lightly.
No.
When you're saying friend, it's not just any rando I've met at a night out. We've taken each other's Instagrams. Oh no, like this is my friend. Like no,
you're just an acquaintance.
At this point, you're an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You're someone I know. Because I say that a lot. Oh, someone I know.
Yeah.
Someone I met on a night out.
Yeah.
Yes.
X, Y, and Z. Because ideally, when we're talking about this, true friendship and loving someone or being with someone or just interacting with someone for their own sake, literally we're just talking about character at this point. Do you
absolutely.
know their character?
Well, this is the thing.
That's
I'll let you answer that, and then I'll answer, because this is interesting.
With your friends, do you actually know their character? So that's the question.
I do know their character, and the expectations of my friends' characters I don't necessarily measure it based on what I'm capable of giving in a friendship. So I don't, and that might be according to what you've been saying, according to that philosophy, that isn't correct. But I actually have friends that I know cannot give the level of friendship that I can.
Okay.
In fact, I probably have one or two friends who can reciprocate the level of friendship that I offer.
That you give,
And the reason why I would say my friendship is unique, because it really isn't. It's not judgmental.
Lovely.
Oh yes, and I wanna bounce off of that as well, because I feel like for me, I do actually vet my friends, and I know that sounds nuts.
It's important.
I really vet everybody that I'm around, because as I said before, and I keep saying it, like, it doesn't matter the time that I've known somebody. If I already feel like, you're someone that wouldn't judge me, you're not putting me in a position where I feel uncomfortable. But if you do put me in a place of being uncomfortable, is it because you have my best interest at heart? I need to feel that energetically above just the words that you're saying. Because if it's not energetically, then I would probably cast more judgment on you as a friend and feel like, actually, hold on a minute, I don't know about you as a friend. I'm not sure. Let me keep vetting you. Let me try and keep finding out a bit more so that I can be fully confident that I've actually got a connection with this person now. And that takes time, but at the same time. So what I was saying is, I feel that it's really important to have very organic friendships and to be able to vet people in your life, and making sure that you are vetting them on a basis of energetically feeling that this person's a good person. Because they can give all the gestures, they can be nice to you, they can be great with your family, all of that. But if their hidden agenda is, kind of covered with jealousy or envy or anything like that, you're kind of screwed. And at some point you will figure this out. At some point it will come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It does, you know.
100%.
Something like that you can't really
hide.
You can't really
for too
hide.
long.
Yeah, and that's why I think it's really important to, if you know that you're a good person, you're easily able to vouch. I'm sorry, to vet a good person, and
Not
you can
always.
also see. No, but for me personally, I can only speak on, I guess, for
Yeah.
me, but I've had enough experience around people that haven't been great
Yeah.
and have pretended to be great. And then once I found out, it's like, okay, my lessons learned, that's it. It's logged in my memory.
Yeah.
So the next batch of people that I've met, I've been able to just quickly program my mind to kind of sift through my filter, and it's done within minutes. I know exactly who my potential friends are and who, I could just hang out with you for maybe a couple of sessions, like going out clubbing or whatever, but that's it. Like literally,
I like
you'll be
that.
it. And you'll never know anything about me.
Re.
So for me, friendships, there's like different tiers, and
Wow. Where do we fall?
No. Okay, so do you know what? Hold up.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like,
you can
very
answer
top tier.
the
Okay.
question I'm going to ask. Do you have a inner circle and outer circle of friends?
absolutely.
Brilliant. So who would you put in your inner circle and who would you put in your outer circle? Obviously not don't name names.
No,
but,
of
you
course.
know.
So to be in the inner circle, that is all about your stay game. That's about longevity. So you're not going to be in my inner circle overnight. Definitely not.
Yeah.
To be my inner circle, you have to give me freedom. So that means you're not
Yes.
judging me.
Yeah.
You're giving me a safe space for me to make mistakes. And you're not going to judge me. You're actually going to help me. I'm going to listen to your counsel. I'm going to respect
Lovely. Yeah, of course.
your opinion
Yeah.
and advice. And you share your opinions and your advice in a tasteful way.
Of course.
Not out of turn. So that's So, but one of the things I would say about my inner circle is longevity. It's going to be people that I've known for years.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For me,
What
it's
about
trust.
you? Trust, yeah.
The minute I trust you, you're in my inner circle.
You're in the inner circle.
Doesn't matter the time frame.
Yeah.
If
I
I
like
don't
that.
trust you, it's curtains, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
what it is.
So, Aristotle goes to say, the two imperfect forms of friendship are based on either utility or pleasure.
Okay.
Imperfect friends love the benefits they derive from their relationships. Okay, they find each other pleasant or useful or both, and it's that goodwill then comes from that either utility or pleasure.
Interesting.
The types of friendships. Do you believe you've ever kind of encountered a friend that, I don't know whether or not they're still your friend, that you could tell they were purely just using you for access, for freebies, for lifts? Literally lifts. Like, oh, gonna go shopping. Oh, I know you haven't done shopping for like a week. Oh, let's go Tesco's together. Little things. Little minor things that you wouldn't notice.
I think I probably have experienced it, but it's definitely not something recently. So it's kind of a distant memory. I think I've got a radar for people like that.
Okay.
They tend to be quite superficial. I think they're pretty obvious, and that's what I'm saying. People like that don't stick around for long. That's why the stay game is quite important.
Yeah,
for me.
absolutely. For me, I think there was a couple of times that I felt like I was kind of used for just to go out. Okay, because
pleasure.
my friends do know that I'm very
Social.
social.
Very social. Yeah.
Life
I'm
of
a
the
bit of a
party.
butterfly. Yeah, I love a little, soiree here and there. And I think that because of that, sometimes people, might gravitate towards me because, I want to go to this place.
Yeah.
I'm going to invite you. But it's only because I want to go to this place. It's not, this has come up. What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Shall we go?
Yeah.
And so, I remember one time when I was, I had a small friendship group or whatever, like a tiny one that was external from my norm. And they mentioned going abroad, right?
Okay.
Okay. Then one of the friends who was going to host us, was expressing that they weren't too free. So they weren't really going to be able to host, but come along anyway.
Okay.
So my thing was, no, that's not my style. You're either ready to receive us as a host or you're not.
Okay.
And I'd rather not, come in your space and be like trying to put you in a position where you're now uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'd rather that I back off
Yeah.
and we rearrange this for another time when you're actually ready to receive us. Now, the other friend was against it. They were like, no, let's go. This is the only time we're ever going to go. There's no way. Like, come on. Like, and I was like, are you not seeing the bigger picture? The person that's supposed to host us cannot host us. They're literally telling us that they can't host us. I'm not being funny, but why would you be that way inclined and then I realized actually maybe it's more just to use me to go away to a place that they had never been to.
Yeah, and they know you'd be a good time. They know it'd be a ton up.
It's possibly that, but then
Also
going abroad with
getting in.
someone is better than no one.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have necessarily mattered if it was me or not. It's more like I need somebody to go with. Bree's the only person that I can think of going with. This is my thoughts. I mean, it could be true or not, but but that's what I energetically felt. And as soon as the other friend, that was trying to host us was like, oh, I might be okay to host. I was like, nah, that's curtains for me because I'm not like.
Did you feel like you were just being used?
Yeah, I did. I felt like immediately. I felt like, why are they not looking at the bigger picture?
Yeah,
like our friend is telling us that they're busy or that it's going to be a very inconvenient time to host.
Why they're being so forceful?
Why are you trying to force this situation when it's unfair?
Yeah.
I could never imagine my friend like trying to force me to host them when I've kind of made it a little bit clear that, by the way, I can host you, but as soon as I hear a but from a friend, I'm automatically like, I don't know if it's a cultural thing, but being African sometimes it makes me feel like I put myself in other people's shoes and I don't want to like embarrass myself in any capacity. So I'd rather that I remove myself, and then when you're ready, you tell me and we can do this properly when you're actually available. So yeah, that's that. Like honestly, that was definitely a big lesson for me, and I realized, this isn't a friend. This is actually just a user.
Opportunist.
Yeah, an opportunist. Yeah. Yes.
So, Ree, if you realised that a friend was using you, how would you start to navigate that? How would you kind of put your foot down?
Actually, I wouldn't even bother to address it.
Really?
I would just disappear.
Wow. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah, I would.
That's actually fine.
Yeah.
I don't mean
To be fair though, I've disappeared once.
There you go.
Yeah, I've disappeared once.
Yeah.
But that was a very long relationship, like 16 or 15 years friendship.
Whoa.
And I disappeared because I realised that we're no longer on the same boat.
Yeah. I just fade it
and there's
out.
no point in even talking about it. We're just not in the same boat.
It's quite easy. I think you
Yeah.
just stop being
It does.
accessible to that person,
100%.
and they're just going to find their...
Yeah, and there's no hate. Everybody's different. And so
Yeah.
at some point you grow out of this thing. And
Yeah.
I think I mentioned to you girls before that I really hate the brotherhood, sisterhood thing. I feel like it's so cult-like. So once I feel like I'm in a kind of cult-like friendship, which I kind of felt, I was like, yeah, actually, I'm done. I'm a bit of I'm a free will person. I'm not that type of person to be clamped down. This is what we got to do and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not saying that that's what they were doing, but it's just more like, I could tell that I was a little bit different. I could tell I was an outcast, and I could tell that I love to dance. I love to do all these things, but I'm talking like Latin. It's not like I'm going out, So it's very different. It's a different kind of vibe, and I needed to find my tribe.
Yeah.
And that was my sign. There's other people out there for me.
So back to what you were saying, I totally agree. These relationships, these friendships, essentially the relationships, will fizzle out anyway.
Yeah.
There's nothing holding you. There's nothing really
expiry
holding you.
dates.
These are all superficial and unimportant things that are actually keeping you in this friendship, right?
Yeah.
Like they'll literally arise, like literally see them on a couple of nights out. Oh, turn up. Oh, we're gonna be at this next club, this next whatever.
Absolutely.
But then they'll die just as quickly, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Which kind of leads me to: have you ever had a friend you know, a good friend, a best friend.
Yeah.
And then you've had to lock it off. But I know
I did. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah.
Oh, that was the one you were
years.
talking about for 16 years.
Yeah.
And how did that
you have a
affect
conversation?
you, though?
It was painful.
Yeah.
You just ghosted them.
Yeah. No. Do you know what I did? And I don't regret it because it was a very hard separation for me. And I knew that if I was to have the conversation, I wouldn't be able to let go. And it's not something that took me years to find out. It was an instant feeling of, I'm no longer comfortable. I'm exiting stage left.
Okay.
And as soon as it came, I felt this like huge, like, I don't know what it was, a very negative energy. Like I don't want to be around these people anymore.
Right.
And it's not that I don't like them or love them. It's more that I don't think that you see me.
Was it event driven? Did an event happen that led you to that conclusion?
A couple, yeah. There was a series of things that would happen and I would always have it in my mental, you know, library, right? And I am very, I've got a keen eye for detail. So I'll hear everything and I'll see everything. And like most things won't pass me. But it's not to say that I'm going to mention it every time that I see something or whatever, because what's the point? Like nobody's perfect. But I am also someone that likes to consider my friends and understand that, you know, nobody's perfect and blah, blah, blah. But if I now start getting this energy of like, okay, is this person jealous of me? Is this person not like me? Are they not being able to be loyal to me because now my business is everywhere? Is it a case where, you know, does this person support me in any of my ventures? Are they just saying it? Are they being really kind and friendly to my friends and family, but really deep down they probably don't like them? So there was a lot of that stuff that was coming up. And it wasn't just with one particular friend. It was like there was a group of us, yeah? And because it was progressive and it was like one or two of them, okay, I've got your number, I've got your number, I've got your, you know what? Exit stage left, don't even have a conversation. What's the point? Because you're going to try and convince me to stay. But I know in my gut, I need to let go of you. And it was such a powerful move. And I felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I did feel sad about it because it was heartbreaking.
Do you think they knew though? Do you think they knew your why? Was it so obvious they must have known? Or
No, it was never obvious. And I never made it obvious because I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt like, you know what, you don't see me. None of you actually, none of you know me.
Did they not reach out to you, say, hey girl, what's
They
up?
did. But
and did you ignore them?
No, I never ignored them. I just kind of not addressed the situation. I was always like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But it was because I knew that no matter what I was going to say, they don't know who I am. And it's established. So something came to me to say, these girls don't know who you are and they will never know who you are and they'll never appreciate who you are in your whole entirety. Like me being myself, as you know me quite well, like you've known me for a few years. Like if I'm not allowed to be completely myself and I'm not like being ridiculed for it, or I'm not feeling like, oh, if I say this, it might come across a bit like, I don't really want to be around that.
So you weren't really recognised for just who you are.
Yeah, I don't feel like I was.
But were you showing up as who you are?
Yeah, and that's what made me feel bad. I was like, right, I'm showing up as who I am, but yeah, I can also sense that you're not appreciating.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, you're not appreciating.
In that case, it was inevitable.
Yeah, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I had to leave.
To me, that's like a lack of friendship compatibility. Just weren't compatible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I never knew that until I realised, you know, maybe.
Do you think it was a whole pleasure or utility? What do you think it was then?
Exchange.
It was an exchange.
An exchange, yeah, because we were all quite different as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like we all kind of really gelled that well. So it kind of made me feel like, well, as we don't really gel that well, what's the point? I want to be around a tribe that will allow me to be myself. They appreciate me, I appreciate them.
Absolutely.
It's always fun with them.
Of course.
And it's natural. Above all, it is organic. Like I don't have to put on a facade. I don't have to do nothing. Not that I ever did, but just you should feel comfortable around me as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wow.
You know, but
well, I'm glad that you
that was
got out
my
of that
2 or 3 pence.
Yeah.
That just seems like it's really, really, really uncomfortable.
It was very uncomfortable, yeah.
It's one of the key things to feel liberated and comfortable within your friendship group. I see my inner circle as extended family.
100%.
I don't have to always love you all. That's why I say longevity is a part of it, because I will have a different love you develop a love in that time.
Of course,
It's like your brother and sister, they do you wrong, but you keep loving and you're trying to look for ways to resolve
like
it.
unconditional love.
Yeah, eventually, I do have the ability to love a friend unconditionally as I would a brother or sister.
Yeah. I have that capacity.
Yeah.
I have that capacity, and I do extend that to my friends.
Yeah.
Have you ever
It's
had to let
beautiful.
go of a friend then?
I have, and it was actually painful. It was sad because I didn't see her as it being pleasure or utility. I kind of took her for her. Yeah. And you get closer, you grow together, you see each other evolve, and retrospectively, I can look back on the relationship, friendship, and see where I went wrong, as well as, but always recognizing that there was always good nature and goodwill towards her. For my part. But what I've learned, right, from friendships, family, otherwise, is that your intentions can be good until the cows come home. But if that person is not receiving your intention in the same way, it's never gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not at all.
So I can feel and have all the excitement and elation for you. But if you don't believe that's genuine, if you don't believe that's sincere, it's never going to work. So that's when Aristotle was talking about reciprocity. Is it working both ways? Yeah. And with this particular friendship, I don't believe I don't believe she actually knew that it was pure intention. There was good intention, because I feel like she internalized other things that I was saying that were a bit more cutthroat. When you feel now you're at a stage, so you could say like your inner circle, you could probably be more cutthroat with them. Yeah. With regards to your outer circle, right? Yeah. Cool. So with this particular friend, that's what it was. It was more of boom bammers. Like, this is it. Like, I'm going to come to you like my sister. And me and my sister, we will fight. Like, we will literally grapple, hug it out, everyone take home food, and then I'll call you in the morning, right?
Yes.
But I've made myself clear. Like, you've known me, and I think you've known me for a while. I can be quite curt. Yeah. I can be quite direct.
Definitely.
Very direct, may I add.
But for you to know me as me, you know Christina as, you know me as Christina now. Yeah, you're actually calling me Christina, full government name,
Minus the surname.
You see it, minus the surname,
Yeah.
And you come to me as my inner circle, Serena, because that's what I'm going to use it as my inner circle. And you say, I don't like the way you spoke to me, Chris. You can even say it like this, by the way. Yeah. Chris, I don't like the way you spoke to me. Yeah. I was in a certain field, and I was going through stuff, and you saying that, the way you said it, what you said afterwards, the way you acted like nothing mattered, I don't like it. And do you know what I'll do? I'll be like, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for actually bringing
grow
that to my
from
attention.
that, innit? You
because
grow from those
the last
type
thing
of
I want to
things,
do is hurt you. Last thing I want to do, is change the way you see me, because that's not how I am. That's not who I am. That's not the intention behind it. Do you see what I mean?
You always want to be a safe space for your
For
friends.
your friends.
100%.
Exactly.
If you're not fulfilling that as a friend, you need someone to check you.
Of course,
on
yeah. And the thing is, check me. But check me in a way that's not condescending. That's what she was doing. Yeah. Check me in a way that we're not using illicit language. Yeah?
Jeez.
Don't do that, because there's one thing about me, I will stay. Okay? Wow. And I will observe that, because I love you. As I said, my inner circle, they're my family. Okay? Yeah. I have a really, really close friend, She says, oh, don't call me best friend, because you have enough best friends. Call me wifey. So I call her wifey now. Yeah?
That is so cute.
She knows, like, she's in that inner circle.
Yeah.
Like, you're in that inner circle, and she can come to me with anything. Yeah.
Amazing.
Just like her, I'll go to her with anything. Yeah. That's another story I'll get onto, but I love her so much. I love her so much, right? Yeah. And it's a thing where I believed she was on that level. Yeah. Okay, so even if she is acting out, cool, act out. I'm here. Like, you're my sister at this point. Swear, scream, shout. Don't get violent, because we're crossing a bit of a line. We're crossing a bit of, unless you're my actual sister or my sisters.
Only family. Family violence.
But even then, it's like it's a gentle. There's no actual violence. No
violence.
Yeah, we're all saying no to violence.
Disclaimer.
But all of that, I will know that obviously there is a internal battle going on. There's a turmoil. There's a reason why you're acting like that now. Because I believe I know you. I believe I know your character. I believed I know that it's coming from a
Yes.
good place, okay?
And they're acting out of character,
And then
and
they
you
act
take
out of character.
responsibility. Okay, my behaviour triggered this.
Exactly.
So okay,
you
I kind of got to take the L.
Yeah, I take the L. And for me, when it comes to my nearest and dearest, and you can hear me speaking about this so passionately, guys, I will ride. Yeah, I will ride to the end, okay? Especially if I've taken you under my fold, yeah? I'm a rider. So when this happened, and it was a series of things, and I felt like now it got to a point where she was so in her feels that she could no longer see I was coming from a good place. She could no longer appreciate that, look, everything I said was out of love, was because there was a series of events that led to this.
That's it.
But I think once sometimes damage is done, it's like,
it's
and the other
curtains.
person hasn't healed, it hasn't moved on,
no.
you can never get that back.
I don't think so.
That relationship ended.
It ended.
Yeah.
It ended spectacularly.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I feel like it was needed because when I finally realized it wasn't
What it
it
was.
was a lot of things because I was thinking, fair enough, there's L's I've taken. Fair enough, I know I did some wrong here, but even the way we're communicating ain't making sense. We're big people. We shouldn't even be communicating like this.
Yeah.
You can't be calling me to have rows on the phone. You're shouting at me, you're putting down the phone.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Have I lost my mind? I ain't lost my mind, innit?
You've lost
And
your
I've
mind.
never spoken to you
For
in that way
real.
before. We've never had that kind of exchange before.
Yeah.
So it's a build up of these things where it's like,
See, that's what I
this
don't
isn't
get.
working.
Yeah, well,
I don't
that's
understand.
like, there's no respect.
There's
That
no respect
person's
now.
gone.
Yeah,
lost
the
it. So
respect is gone.
the respect is gone. But it's just like,
Yeah.
now, where are you operating? What space are you operating in
Hate.
right now?
by the
What
sounds
space are
of
you
it.
operating? But I'm not operating in that space.
Yeah.
So
No, her,
that's
yeah.
why I stayed. And I'm just like, retrospectively, I shouldn't have. And I should have locked it off earlier.
Just to kind of put another spanner in the works.
Interesting.
Had she had apologized and she came.
She didn't
to
even
you-
need to apologise.
I'm just
I
saying,
think
if she-
addressing the behaviour
But
would
wait,
have been
had she
enough.
had-
Well, if
had-
she
yeah.
apologized, maybe she didn't need to, but if she did apologize, would that have been okay? Do you think you would have continued that friendship?
I would have had to hear her out. 100%.
Okay, you
yeah.
would have heard her out.
Yeah.
I have a friend that I've been
Yeah.
friends with since the age of 4.
Hey,
That
that's
is
sweet.
wow, standing ovation.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Without
100%.
standing up.
Yeah,
Shout out
100%.
to my girl.
In
you know
it.
who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've
love
been
that.
friends since the age of 4. But I tell you what's helped our friendship as well is that our family became friends as well.
Oh,
Sweet.
awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
our mums are friends
Wow.
because of our friendship.
See, I love
Which I
that.
think that does naturally happen when your child has a long-term friend. You just
From
automatically
school, yeah.
get to form a friendship with that parent.
You will
'cause they
naturally,
go
yeah.
around there and whatever.
Yeah, naturally, yeah.
So we
Sorry to cut you off. I think that also now introduces a level of accountability because now you understand your friend's family also know how you are. So if there is a little mishap between the two of you, be like,
Yeah.
oh, work it out.
Reference
That's
there,
it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, we've had that.
There's an interest in it now.
Yes,
you know.
there is.
Oh,
Yeah,
you've had
there's an
we had
interest.
that when
I
we were
like that.
younger.
Yeah.
I mean, she's better about telling the story, but when we were younger, we had like a fallout.
Yeah.
And I think I ended up leaving her house and walking home by myself. And anyway, it ended up with her and her mum at my front door talking to my mum and together
Trying to
kind of,
reconcile.
reconcile the situation. And I
That's
feel like
sweet, man.
That's
you know,
sweet,
friendships
yeah.
do need outside support as well.
Yeah.
And that's why I would say it's like an extension of family. And that's kind of how, even like, particularly the guys that I went to school with, because I have a twin brother.
Yeah.
His friends, although we don't see each other a lot, I just consider them automatically as like brothers now.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So-
Yeah,
absolutely.
sure.
And I don't have to see them.
No.
I could go years without seeing them, but the level of respect, if
It's there.
I always know that they're a phone call away. If I needed anything,
Yeah.
I could actually ring them, even
That's
though I've
good.
not spoken to them for a couple of years. Whereas I feel like women's a bit different. If my female friends, if I don't
Okay,
feel
so
like
we're gonna pause
okay,
right
I'm
there.
serious.
Okay, we're gonna pause right there. When it comes to ending a friendship, essentially, most people see it as also a breakup. So, like, you know how you break
It
up with
is,
your partner
yeah,
and whatnot. And it can
definitely.
be quite difficult and can be difficult to actually navigate.
Yeah.
Okay, so I came across a viral TikTok
Yeah.
where this woman explains or gives like a demonstration, a little back and forth on how to break up in your friendship.
Right.
Okay, so have a
Okay.
look. We're all gonna have a look together, and so I've seen it already, right?
Right.
okay.
Okay, my face may be a bit of an
Oh,
indication
God.
as to
Is
how
is
it
jokes
goes,
or something?
right?
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, then we'll talk about it after.
All right.
Bring it on. Let's
Okay,
see.
okay.
Okay.
I've noticed you've been withdrawn and haven't wanted to hang out recently. What's going on? I've treasured our season of friendship, but we're moving in different directions in life. I don't have the capacity to invest in our friendship any longer. Is it something I did? This feels really sudden. I get that it might be hard to understand, but I've been reevaluating many areas of my life recently, including my ability to be a good friend to you. I just want to be honest and upfront so I don't disappoint your expectations. I'm sorry if this feels painful and confusing. I wish you all love and success.
Interesting. That felt corporate to me.
So
It did.
So let me tell you a bit of background. Yeah?
Go on, tell us. Yeah, what
She
the
got a lot
hell?
of vitriol for this.
A lot of what?
Victory.
Yeah, vitriol. So
What's
a lot of backlash.
Yeah.
Oh,
Awful
backlash.
language. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of backlash for this video.
Interesting.
There were certain comments that even said, I would have just preferred to have been ghosted. This is too
Yeah,
clinical,
bit
and there's
corporate.
no way, you would have a conversation like that.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah. So ladies, what do you actually think of that?
I'd never have a conversation like that personally.
What did you think
I
about
just
the
think
season of
it's
friendship?
so-
How many seasons of friendships do you guys have?
I
Listen,
don't know.
I don't even know nothing about no season.
I
That is
don't know,
crazy.
but the thing that is
Wow.
like jumps out to me as to why that was wrong. She never gave any detailed explanation as to justify why she was exiting this friendship.
There wasn't a pinpointed moment.
No.
What's the point of
Yeah.
having
So
a
that she's
convo?
not
Yeah.
identifying the behavior that has led her to that decision.
Yeah.
So you're gonna leave that person just completely baffled.
Yeah.
It's very dismissive.
Yeah.
I think
Very
it was,
dismissive.
For me, it was very,
Passive
like
aggressive.
you said, it was very cold and impersonal.
Yeah.
Very. It was like,
Yeah.
I'm letting you go because you're my employee.
100%.
Do you
100%.
get-
I wouldn't even sack someone like that.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
No, I
It's
wouldn't
mad,
even.
like-
Yeah, I wouldn't. No. So for me, I
Yeah.
agree that she got the backlash because it's
Yeah.
just not a, it's not a compassionate way.
It's
Yeah.
no, bingo, that's the correct word to use. It's not
Yeah, you
compassionate.
either
It's
be
not
compassionate
compassionate.
or you exit stage left.
Yeah,
like I
exactly.
did, and
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
don't even have any excuse for it. It's
I
just that's what
think-
you're doing.
That would trigger me more.
What's that?
The way that
The way
she
that
did
she
that,
said
it would
that.
just trigger me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad.
100%.
Like,
I
you
get
need
it.
to- You need to.
Yeah, I would feel like you're talking to me like I'm a child at this point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather that you ghost me, like you said. Like, just don't bother. There's
Yeah,
no point. What's the
yeah.
point? You've already made up your mind. Don't want to chat to
Patronising.
me.
Yeah,
Okay.
patronising.
Why are
So,
we here today?
Would you have a system in place if you were to break up with your friend?
A system.
Yeah.
What kind
A
of system? What do
system
you
or
mean?
language you'd use or a way you do it, or would you just ghost? Break it up with a friend.
Well, you wouldn't. I think before you get to the point of breaking up, you would have had a conversation about the behaviour that you're not happy with, and again, in line with being compassionate, you would give it time
Yeah.
for that, because I'm sure there are other aspects of that friendship that you are happy with, but there's just going to be one fraction or less more than, well, there should be fewer issues than there aren't. Yeah. So you will address those few issues you have an issue with, and then you would allow that person to change.
Okay, so that hasn't happened, and you have to end the friendship because it's now impacting your mental health. They have become abusive. Verbally,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm exiting stage left.
ghosting.
Ghosting.
No, I'm not ghosting.
Ghosting,
It's verbal.
exiting. You're not talking to me like I'm some idiot. No way. I'm not doing it. I don't even allow my family to even have the level of confidence to talk to me like that.
Okay.
So you as a friend now,
Yeah.
which is a rank below that,
Yeah.
it's not happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, sorry. I have way too many standards for my friends and very high expectations.
So you're saying ghost, yeah? Serena?
100%.
Tell me which way. So you're saying it would have just naturally fizzled out because you would have stopped contacting
No,
them.
I'm gonna say something. If
So
you,
you'd say something and then
I'm
done
gonna
the
match
dance.
you, because if you're being directly disrespectful towards me,
Yeah.
then I'm, with all due respect, I'm gonna tell you outright
Yeah.
later.
Later. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, Felicia.
I like that. Okay, so moving away from that,
Go
Okay.
on.
we're
We
gonna
got
talking
the men.
about we're gonna talk about how we nurture ourselves and how we nurture our friendships. And when was the last time you did a friendship MOT check?
Okay.
Bree, when was the last time you did a friendship MOT check?
Every day.
Hey! Answer this questionnaire. Have it back to me by midnight.
Every day.
What about you? Just give me a yes or no. It's fine. I'm gonna go into some
No,
questions.
I don't think If I do, it'd be subconscious, not consciously. I don't.
Yeah, it's a subconscious thing.
maybe.
I don't think it's like, I haven't got like a a document in front of me
Checklist.
with a checklist or anything like that.
Okay, so I'm going to give you one now.
It's more
so
just,
is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Fantastic. So I got this from wifey actually.
Yeah.
She's good people.
Yeah.
And she said that Jay Shetty inspired her actually to write these questions. Okay, so she sent these to me, by the way.
Oh, is it a yes or no question?
No.
Okay.
Just for you to think
Just for you to think about.
Okay,
Yeah, please
fine.
do
In
not
your
answer them
MOT.
because they're actually detailed. Don't
Okay,
answer
fine,
them.
fine,
I'm just going to
fine.
give you the questions.
An idea,
Okay,
yeah, cool.
For how to do a friendship MOT.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I doing right now in our friendship that you want me to do more of, and what do you appreciate? What do I do that you'd like me to do less of? What do I do that makes you feel confident? What do I do that makes you feel anxious? What's your love language as a friend? Okay. What's your conflict/fight style?
Right.
And is this friendship going in the direction you want it to go?
Hold on. So you ask
Your
friends
these questions. Yeah, it's not. I don't suggest this everything you do. You shouldn't do this every day. I want to suggest
It's not
that.
a bit of me. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, not for me either.
Really?
Yeah,
I
no,
just
you won't.
couldn't.
I'll find myself asking myself the question
Yeah.
if I was delivering this to my friend,
So how do you know you're turning
But-
up as a friend for your friend?
because they
Because
stick
we're
around.
honest. We're honest.
No,
And I'm
sometimes
very
no.
open. I'm very blunt. For me, I don't hold back. Like
Honestly, there
I
should
just,
be. That's the
yeah.
whole point of friendship.
Okay, so how do you nurture your friends then? Okay, so if this isn't a
I
bit of
don't
you,
nurture them,
how
no.
do you nurture your friendships?
I don't really feel okay with a friendship.
I know. I've got an answer.
Go on.
Go
No,
on.
no, no.
No,
You.
you go. No, you go. Please.
No,
I
you.
wanna-
To you. To me. Oh my god.
To you, to me.
I nurture my friendships by giving my friends time, and what I mean by that is I exercise my patience to the point of literally no return, and I think that I've demonstrated it on so many occasions where I've been so patient with my friends, and it's because I'm also, like I said before, I'm not judgmental. So for me, I'm very aware that it's better to be more patient, understand the person properly, and really analyze that person, understand that this person is not perfect, naturally, nobody is, and that maybe the way that they're reacting, you need to kind of figure this out a little bit more for yourself before you start jumping the gun or trying to label them straight away that, oh, you're that type of person. Maybe they're not, and also nurturing them in a sense that they might be in a situation. Am I being patient because they're just repeating themselves over and over again? It's the same complaint every week. It's the same problem every day.
Yeah.
But I'm nurturing it because I'm exercising the fact that I'm being patient with them and I'm understanding them, and I'm now starting to see maybe a more vulnerable side to my friend, which again is now building more trust. So that's how I nurture my friendships. It's building that trust, that
So
barrier.
what I'm gathering from that is you also nurturing yourself, because that's also
Absolutely,
important.
yeah.
In order for you to turn up as a good friend, you need to be pouring into yourself.
Yeah.
And recognizing your good traits, good qualities, and how you turn up as
And
a
also
friend.
your bad qualities as well. Through things
1000%.
like that, through being patient, you do see the bad parts of you. Like, I might have a moment where I'm like, oh God, I don't really want to hear this again.
Yeah.
But then I snap out of it because I'm like, actually, what would I want from my friend if I was in this situation? I wouldn't want any judgment. I want somebody to sit there and listen and actually take on board what I'm saying, not just look at the situation for what it is, but just like, just hear me out. Do you know what I'm saying? And maybe you just want to ramble.
Yeah.
But I feel that this is something we all need to be doing.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
need to be nurturing our friendships.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's something we need to do consciously, because you will be surprised how, because say a friend just comes up to you to say, oh, I feel like we are, we're not as close as we used to be. We are drifting. We're not as close as we used to be. I don't feel I don't feel as comfortable coming to speak to you anymore.
I don't think it's organic. You haven't seen your girl in a long time. You give her a call. Hey, let's put something in the diary.
Make the effort,
100%. But at the same time, right?
Totally.
And I love what you said about being patient, because you don't know what they're dealing with. So
That's
there's a
it,
reason why they haven't reached out to you. So whether or not you could be sitting in, it's a two-way street,
Very
they should be reaching out to me.
Yeah.
No, but like I said,
this.
you haven't seen them for a while, and you've noticed. Oh, hold on a minute.
Yeah.
The the lengths of times between seeing each other is sort of getting a bit longer and longer.
Yeah.
So it's up to you, if you've identified that, to say, hey, we need to
catch up. Yeah. But so this is where you recognizing it in yourself. Like, look, this is me turning up as a good friend. Like, I haven't spoken to my girl in 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Hope she's okay. Let me reach out. Let me message her. Let me text her. Let me go see her. And I feel like that's where the self-awareness comes in. Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So I'm gonna wrap up now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sociologists have said strong friendships are a critical aspect of people's emotional well-being. Okay. That close friendships are associated with greater happiness, self-esteem, and sense of purpose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you need to have your circle. So whether it's an inner circle, outer circle, 2 best friends.
Yeah, you need to have friends.
Your sisters that you call friends, whichever. Yeah, it's important just for you to be a rounded human being at this point. I thought it was so beautiful. Yeah, it is. And then building on that, I've been reading a book. Oh my God, for a very long time. I don't know why I keep on stopping and starting with this book. But it's called How to Be an Adult in Relationships. The 5 Keys to Mindful Loving by David Richo. Yeah.
Wow.
And he talks. I know, right? Mindful loving, and he talks about the 5 A's.
Right.
Okay, that we should have in all our relationships, so like all aspects of our life. So that's with your partners, friends, and people at work, obviously with exceptions. And I'm going to read them out. So the 5 A's, okay? So the first one is attention, consciousness of the other person and their needs. Acceptance, accepting the other person's reality as theirs, even if we don't agree. Yeah. Appreciation, an attitude of gratitude for the other person. Affection, demonstrating love for others in whatever way they receive it. And allowing, permitting the other person to live their life without our attempts to control.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah, the last one, definitely.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so my closing question to you, lovely ladies. Yes. Yeah. Out of the 5 A's, are there any you may struggle with, or there's any that stand out to you more, that you do or give more? So attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and allowing.
Okay, I think I know mine.
Go on.
Affection.
You start then. Yeah.
I struggle with affection because for me, growing up, I didn't really have that lovey-dovey kind of, relationship. So meeting friends that are very overly lovey and touchy, although I can be like that, it's just, if I sense that it's a bit too much straight away, then I'm more automatically on a back foot that I don't trust you. And then I have to take time now to realise, it's not come from a bad place, it's just... I'm just in my, my thoughts because I'm not used to it. Whereas I think if I grew up with like this whole lovey-dovey and blah, 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 then perhaps it would be a different story. I've always been, not always, but sometimes I'm told that I'm a bit cold, like I don't really give off much. And it's just my way of protecting myself. And I think it's just a natural thing. But once people know me, I think they know that I'm quite loving, but I won't necessarily be like hugging you up every 2 seconds or like, you know what I'm saying, or calling you babe or anything, or baby or anything like I know friends can do that, but stuff like that I struggle with. The closest I'll probably say is girlfriend.
Okay, that's so strange. I've never identified that in you. So.
Okay, so what about you?
The bit I struggle with, none of them. I'm happy with all of them, and they all make sense, and it's all about...
And is this something that you believe you actively demonstrate
I'd like
in
to
your
think
relationships?
I do. Yeah, absolutely. I seek to. So
fantastic. Good for you, honey. So I'm just going to wrap up with Aristotle, okay? My guy. Okay, so the point here is not that true friendships are not pleasant or useful, because they can be, okay? Yeah. They are, but merely that the pleasure or usefulness is not the source of the love of true friends, because that love is from your actual being.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, as I agree. Good, virtuous person.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the good people out there.
Shout out to the good people.
And the ones that are haters.
They're also friends with good people. Doing what they need to do.
That's it, 100%.
So thank you for listening.
That was interesting, yeah.
And please subscribe, comment below if there's anything I've missed, anything you want to talk about, anything you want us to talk about in the next episodes. Please leave a comment below. Like the video.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.